What a lot of fun we had this morning with Place Media. It was a fantastically interactive session, good expertise on the panel, but even more expertise in the room, and everybody joined in. It was absolutely fabulous.
Well, today has been actually a very fun exchange of ideas all about new towns. I think we've looked at many of the ingredients of what needs to happen for new towns to be successful.
One thing that stands out to me is really about collaboration. It's about making sure you've got the right level of communication with all stakeholders right the way through the process. So the people that you're appealing to, if you want to build a new town and you want to drive a new place, collaboration is key. Make sure you're bringing everybody along that journey.
A sense of community cohesion, health, town centre uses, experiential stuff, getting the housing mix right. Everything has got to be thought about. Life cycle of the human journey, all of that's got to be thought about. But if there's one thing I would urge on the New Towns Task Force that I have to get right with the new towns that are being proposed for the UK, it is that we must not bake in car dependency.
One of the things which may appear a little bit dull is getting the transport right, public transport in particular, and all the utilities and support infrastructure. Because if that isn't there, then many of the nice to haves and the functionality, doesn't really take place. And I also think it's really important, and we touched on it today, the transport is not only the ability for people to come to the new town, it's for people in the new town to get to other places.
There's so much positive feedback in the room and some really, really interesting viewpoints. But I think partly to me, it is about pride of place. It's really creating the right identity for the new town that we want to create, and driving pride through that right from start to finish. So to me, that's probably the most interesting element to that discussion that we had.
But what I was really struck by was the emphasis on health and health uses, and thinking about health and how people live their lives, both in terms of health provision, but also in terms of sport and in terms of biodiversity and people having a healthier living. I thought that was very, very, I'm glad we've won that battle almost with the audience. There was a consensus around it. It was very good.
The most interesting thing today was not to forget about art, culture, theatre, sense of pride and place, and coupled with a sense of history. Why is this town here? What used to be here? What can we build on and retain to give a sense of identity?